Hello world, my name is Taylor. I am wearing the exact outfit that I wore in the last video I posted on this channel because it is 5 seconds later. I don't care enough to change outfits yet. I don't get paid enough to care. Let's get into this video. So you people probably have been watching Disney Channel since you were like 2, like me, and I love all things Disney, but it pains me to say that not every Disney show is a hit, and you watch them and you're like, what is happening? And sometimes they're really good, but then they don't sink it, you know, they just don't stay, they don't get the grind. So they're shows that are forgotten. I don't know where I'm going anymore with this, so I might as well just jump into this video. Okay, so the first show that is on this list is a show that I didn't really care for because I was like 10 when it came out. Life with Derek, which I just learned is a Canadian show. I'm not Canadian, but we live kind of close to the border where I can pick up Canadian shows really easily. But I'm pretty sure Life with Derek ended up getting brought over to America. Degrassi's Canadian, but it's brought over to America, you know. Okay, Life with Derek. This is a show about, I think it's like a blended family where this mom, it's kind of like the Brady Bunch, but the kids don't really like each other. At least Derek and that girl didn't really like each other. They just like butted heads the whole time. I only remember the one episode, and I think the premise of that episode was that the girl had to get her tonsils taken out. I don't know, the show was boring, okay? I didn't really care. Next show, Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. Nobody ever remembers Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. This show is how I found out about Kaylee Cuoco? Penny. She played Brandy. And it's about a pampered pooch who was Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, who was, I think, a magician bunny who ended up just being a regular bunny. They went on a plane and the plane crashed, and they were the only 2 survivors of the plane, and they landed in the jungle. So then you have this really spoiled pampered pooch and this really random, kind of creepy, if this was a real life scenario, bunny. And they live together in this tree house that they build, and it's very glamorous sometimes and sometimes it's not. And then they like go throughout their life in this jungly jungle. And yeah, that was pretty much the show. The next one is also animated, and that would be The Replacements. Nobody ever remembers The Replacements. This was like my cousin Devin and I, this was our favorite show. We would like just see each other like during a family function, like Thanksgiving or something, and we'd just be like, Todd and Riley were because it was so cool. It was about these 2 kids who were in a foster home, and then they come across this ad in a magazine, and they end up buying like a daredevil. Their dad was a daredevil, and their mom was like this super cool agent thing lady, whatever, would like go on missions and stuff. And it was just like the coolest show ever. It gave us hope. If you're ever wondering why Americans are so optimistic, it's because we have shows like that where 2 kids in a foster home both get adopted by a daredevil and like a super spy, like, and then go to live in this huge house and then become secret agents. Okay, they become spies. They get like this super cool cell phone, and they get to call like the head of the spy agency whenever they want. That's why Americans are optimistic, because of that. The next one's also animated, and it's Dave the Barbarian. Dave the Barbarian. Nobody remembers the show. It's about like a prehistoric type savagery person named Dave. He has 2 girls who are princesses. The little one acts like a monkey. It was okay. I just remember the Dave Barbarian. Dave Barbarian. Okay, the next one just went off air, and it's called Fish Hooks. Okay, I'll rephrase. It didn't just go off air, but it did go off air relatively recently. It's called Fish Hooks. Kyle Massey from That's a Raven and Cory in the House was in this. He was like the main fish, Milo, and it was him and 2 other fish, and they went to like, they lived in like a pet shop. They would hop from tank to tank. They lived in like 1 tank, and then they went to school in another tank. But if you went like 2 tanks down, then you're in like the rough part of the pet shop. The premise was of these kids who would go to school because they were fish. School of fish, get it? Fish Hooks, it's about fish. It was funny. Oh, the last show that I could think of that nobody else remembered was called Buzz on Maggie, and it was about Maggie, who was a fly. Yeah, it was actually a really good show. It was very cute. The animation was very bright and bubbly, and it should have been a show that lasted a little bit longer than it did on Disney Channel, because going off of what Disney Channel does of this pretty fly with really bright pink hair should have been able to grab majority of the audience. It should have worked because you have like this girly looking fly who's also a fly who would have attracted more forgotten about demographic of Disney Channel, but people don't ever remember this. So it's like, if you guys think of any shows that I have forgotten about, or that you know that you think I had forgotten about, I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions for shows that I should review or something, let me know in the comment section below. And like and subscribe. My name is Taylor. I hope you like this video. Maybe. I still need to come up with a sign off. So until later, ciao.